Welcome back to the Top Tier Hanger. Welcome to Retro Wednesday, and this might be the most fun I have making a video that is modern, it's retro, and this might be the most fun for the rest of the year for a video, but with all this loyal subjects M.A.S.K stuff showing up, there's a lot of M.A.S.K excitement, mass-citement, and I've got to say this, Loyal Subjects is delivering. There's some mixed comments and results. I can't speak exactly about what is good or bad about them till I have them in hand, but I can tell you what people say. But I'll guarantee you this, they're not going to do split seconds. They're not going to go as deep as I would like. They wouldn't do all 40 original vehicles play sets and all that. Adds up to about 40 plus the figure packs. But we're going to get into talking about this. I'm going to tell you why. The big point is why they won't. And it's all about business. It's all about the Benjamins. This line is shaping up to be very good so far with Wave 1 and Wave 2. But if it was truly great, they would not only make everything, the 40's not a lot. The 40 items that were Kenner made back in the day. But also a little bit extra, some stuff that wasn't made before. But with that, let's talk about why they won't go as deep as I would like them to coming up. Loyal Subjects have delivered Wave 1. BBTS is now shipping all these except the Rhino in this picture is the extra exclusive one that's got VAC metal on the launcher and it has Scott and T-Bob and all of that. We'll get into that here in a bit. But this picture is the easiest to just show everything in Wave 1 that's coming out. People are starting to show their own pictures and their excitement. Oddly enough, very, very few videos of this just yet. I have not gotten any of this yet. I have an extra Thunderhawk. I've got an extra Condor in my cart. And I'm on the fence about the set. The $325 here. But let me just say this. One of my problems with how this is rolled out is you're really, if you buy one of everything they're putting out, you're looking at darn near $1,000. So you got the standard set, you got the black and gold, you've got the special edition Rhino. So 3 versions of Rhino, 2 versions of everything else. Tax, shipping, you're close to $1,000. When you're in on all that. I passed on this. I thought about it 7 or 8 times, but as cool as this looks, I decided to go a different route with my personal collection, and I will actually show you guys one day what I did with all that. So this inspired me to just dig deeper into vintage instead of going for this, but I would love to see them go further down the road than what they have planned for Wave 2. And I hope they do. I really hope they do. And I wanted to support this. I was the guy that wanted to buy 3 of everything. The price point was just way too high for me. Mostly because I already have it all. I don't have the black and gold recolor like this. But if the price was a little cheaper, I mean, I would have been in on everything in duplicate and triplicate. But I just couldn't see myself spending $1,000 on one of everything. People have been very excited that already have this. And I really don't hear a whole lot of criticism, but a few people say that they feel like cheap junk. But at the same time, I don't really know if these same people have handled vintage. The people calling it, saying it feels like cheap plastic and cheap, but it's thin because it's the 1/24th scale and all that. So I really truly don't know until I handle them myself. But with that, I mean, there's some negativity to it. They look amazing. Brand new, nice chrome, beautiful color, beautiful stickers. The pictures. Sammy's Toy Collectibles here on YouTube has done a good job with that. Then we've got Retro Toy Escapades here with his look at the Thunderhawk right away. And it looks great. In the box packaging. Weird stuff though, the box for Thunderhawk opens differently. I don't know if they did that intentionally or that was just cheaper and easier to make it that way. Not sure. Maybe that's the way that size of box is created in modern era. But I thought it was kind of odd. It probably will hold up better though. And this specialty set that has Scott and T-Bob in it has not shown up at BBTS yet. Nobody's reviewed it, but I'm hoping somebody gets their hands on it before I have to pay $325. There is one question, and if it's really not the way I expect it, I probably will indeed cancel this. What I want out of this set is very, very simple. I don't have great expectations and needs. The reason I ordered the set like I did was because I want Scott and T-Bob on a blistered card. That's it. They need to be packaged on blistered. If they're like in a baggie, or I don't know how they're gonna do it, or if they're just in like a plastic encasing, that would be a missed opportunity and it would suck. Now, on the other hand, will we get this later down the road? I don't know, but I don't need to buy all that stuff for $375 or whatever the price was, almost $400 after tax, definitely $400, and not get this. I should just chase a vintage one. I mean, that's where I'm at. If I'm not going to get what I want out of that set, and I got what I want already in my card with a Thunderhawk and a Condor. Now, this video is more about they're not going to get to split seconds. Now, people are split on the split seconds. Hardcore collectors love these because I never even knew they made them. Some people actually had them as kids and loved them. But it's one of those things that was really hard to get here. It got shipped over to the Eurozone and was very popular over there. But this is Afterburner. And I've already made a video on everything made from Kenner. So if it's been made from Kenner, aside from, you know, the figure packs themselves in the package, I don't have all that. But that's what I want. And we'll get back to that. But this, I show both modes, and I show actually how to reset everything. And some of my stuff, I'm about 95%. Some of the stuff I was missing from some parts and pieces. So with that, couldn't get it all to work perfectly. We do have this one here, Detonator, which is one of my friend's favorites. Will they get to this? Like, could they pick and choose a couple split seconds that would be popular? Like, this one goes for stupid money. One in a box is like $300, beat up and used. And so it's kind of tough. You can get a used one loose, maybe piece it together for $150, $200 or something. But it's still kind of a fun one. People don't like these because they feel like, some people don't like these because they feel like these are probably not in line with Series 1 M.A.S.K. But you can ask yourself, I keep wanting to go to that. Rhino was a split seconds vehicle. It's split into two vehicles. So Rhino was split seconds before split seconds was even a thing. And then would they get with a Dynamo? This is one of the ones that was like an early find. I got one for $33 sealed. So that's why my loose one didn't have everything right away and I had to track it down. But it was one of those finds, like a Chile find. The Chile find. But I don't know where they found them. I just bought mine online, $33. I was like, that's too good to be true. Might be a KO, but I love KOs. One of the things I want to point out about the split second series is that these are cheap. They're made cheaply. These pictures are all from my video. If you want to go watch the video, I show you how to use it all and all my thoughts back then. And it's actually getting old. It's years ago that I made that, but I'll do more videos soon. I'm going to have a super ultra deluxe M.A.S.K video coming one day, but I can't talk about that just yet. But they made these cheap. Like, this stuff is cheap. The tooling is cheap. The reuse on this is ridiculous. The reuse. It's like repetitive. They did a good job with being cheap. If Kenner knew how to do one thing, if Kenner only knew one thing, it was how to be cheap. And how to make cheap stuff for kids, for fun. And have fun with it. And the whole split second series, well, most of split second series could be at or below. Skybolt might be at the $90 price point, 90. Wolf Beast probably 75. The rest, I just don't see why it would be less than or more than 60 or 65. But a lot of these would be at a lower price point. This is Fire Force, one of my favorites in the entire line, by the way. This is awesome. It is a Fiero, which a lot of people do the kit car, turn into a Lamborghini and all that, but it's a cool, absolutely cool vehicle. It splits into a jet and it splits into a trike, I guess. The thing about it was, this was one of the few vehicles that are in split seconds that could actually hold both figures in the car mode, and it makes sense. So this is probably is the best split seconds vehicle that they made, hands down. I love it. I love this vehicle. The Skybolt, I when I first saw it, I thought it's not really M.A.S.K. I didn't even know they made this thing, and I was like, what is this? But more time went by. It was the last thing I needed to add to my collection. My friend helped me get one complete, and since then they have just skyrocketed in price. But collectors would love it. But this is where you get into why they probably won't make it. So maybe 1,000 people want this really bad, but they're making 100,000 Thunderhawks. Well, they wouldn't make 100,000 of this. And at the price point that they would require, the higher the price point, the lower the manufacturing quantity. That's just business 101. And with that, they'd probably make 20,000 of this. And they probably wouldn't make much profit. So why would they do it business-wise? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Just like the vehicle itself doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. This is one of the weaker of these, but it is super rare. Because here's the thing. If you think about this, this was probably the most expensive price point for any of the split seconds vehicles back in the day. And because it was biggest, right? Bigger, more expensive, kind of complex. But at the end of the day, there's not that many out there that are in good shape and complete for a good price. Stiletto is another one. I love this vehicle because I love Lamborghinis. Hard to get one white. Now here's the thing, like it's hard to get one white and complete and all that and unbroken, and there's a lot of breakage points to this. Still an amazing little vehicle. Kenner thought up. The drone was before drones were popular. I mean, you're talking like 87. Drones were not popular back then. It was not a thing to have drones, but they thought of a drone before drones were really the technology had not made it there yet. So think about this. Think about how nowadays, yeah, we think about drones everywhere and in all kinds of life and videotaping and all that, but we didn't see it so much back then. The idea here is that's a secondary drone, and pretty cool vehicle overall, and would probably be $60 like a Thunderhawk, right? Instead of 300 to 500 boxed nowadays. See, then we get into the idea. Jackal and Barracuda were two different names. The Barracuda was US, Jackal was the UK. Would they have to make a whole third name for this vehicle? That would be funny and sad and disappointing at the same time, but these are awesome. Didn't really talk so much about the clear figures. Kenner was ultra cheap. This is Condor. This is basically Condor price point, more or less. One of the cheaper ones. But it was, to me, you get more out of this than you got out of your Condor. You get an extra figure that's the exact same figure but clear, and clear orangish yellow. Just so much fun. And both of these modes look good. This is a great vehicle. This is a great toy. This is a great toy that if it was in Walmart, a random kid got it, would love it. I'm just saying. And, you know, I got a couple because I will say split seconds is hard to display both figures in a vehicle or on a vehicle. So sometimes you might want to have more than one. Or you have just like the clones standing outside. That's how it goes. Now, Wolf Beast, I will go out and say Wolf Beast, and it's the second most expensive. Laser Command is probably the most expensive just because it's its own wave. It's its own finale. And there's a lot with that. But Wolf Beast really is close to the expensive Rarity of that, to where I've really recently only completed it. My video, I did not have it complete, so it's kind of embarrassing and shameful, but I'm there now, so I can right that wrong in a future video maybe. But it's still interesting. I know people talk about it's kind of ridiculous. The whole idea of it is ridiculous, but at the same time, it's still interesting, kind of cool. They probably wouldn't make it because not a lot of people would want it. I mean, let's just be honest. 1,000 people would probably buy it, not 20 or 50,000 that they need for their MLQ. But then we get back to Vandal, which would probably be a $35 price point. Of course, I mean, realistically, $35 price point. Loyal subjects wise, Loyal Subjects got me excited because they were the cheapest, I guess you could say the cheapest boutique version of Turtles. But then they've decided to be the most expensive. Their mask is Hot Toys mask, Fans Toys Transformers pricing mask. They've gone from being themselves to like a whole other company with the pricing. It is beyond ridiculous, but at the same time, this should be $35, hands down. Mike, what do you know about pricing? Well, I've got a marketing degree. I also have an MBA, which is no longer professional. So I'm no longer a professional, guys. Sorry, I apologize. I'm not a professional. 24 years of practical business experience and 30 years of collecting, and I look at this not every day, not probably about 35 times a day, just to be honest. So, just so you know, where I'm at with all this, it's not like I just thought of it 5 minutes ago. I've been thinking about it constantly for 7 years. Now, obviously, people want the shark. I mean, before M.A.S.K jumps the shark. Whoa, did they already? I don't know. Also, the unreleased Ramp Up and Thunderball. Like, there's people out there making customs of this, which look great, which maybe that's all we need in life. But if we got a true manufactured with plastic, and I have no qualms with any of the quality of the turtle stuff I bought from them. I don't have the actual M.A.S.K stuff yet. But when you look at this, why not make this? This was something that was planned by Kenner. It went all the way to prototype stage. People have prototypes of it. Why not? Well, because I don't even think 1,000 people would want to buy this. That's a problem. I'd buy it. I'd buy 3. At the stupid $60 price or $80 or whatever nonsense they came up with. Could have put it out for $25, but yeah, let's make it $80. But I'd still buy 3 because it's a history that I want to preserve. Now, the last question that people are going to ask me is, what is in Wave 3? I have no idea. I don't even want to guess. I mean, you would just want to go with what's safe. A firecracker, a stinger, a firefly, a raven, a vampire. I mean, the safe, easy stuff. If you guess the safest, easiest, most common, and that's the weird part. Everything that they're making is the most common and easy to acquire on the market. So, yeah, let's just say it. Stinger, Firefly, Raven, and Firecracker. There it goes. There's Wave 3. I bet. I want to see figure packs. These pictures are courtesy of Albert Parnello's site, the best resource on anywhere on Earth for Kenner M.A.S.K. There's another Kenner M.A.S.K site with 3Ds that's great too. This is still the best. I used it in 2012 when I started collecting M.A.S.K, and I gotta say this, I want these figure packs. I want them with all the color variations, all the figures exactly as Kenner made it, and expand on it. Make 6 different color variations. I don't care. Just give us what we had. And then the adventure packs. Again, this is what Kenner did best. They figured out a really cheap way to cheaply manufacture, to cheaply add to your M.A.S.K collection for kids. And I saw these in the Gibsons for super cheap forever. And I got a lot of them because they were just so cheap back then. Well, they'd be about 16 to 20 bucks nowadays. Oh, I'm sorry. Each. Another Albert Parnello picture. By the way, I will be making a video, hint hint, that I'll have my own pictures in the future. But great collection he has is still way better than mine. I don't see loyal subjects making any of this or the laser command. I'm not even gonna get into that. I will guarantee they won't make laser command. Guarantee it. And the problem is that now that we have a resurgence of collecting Kenner Mask, the this is ultra rare. So the ultra rare stuff is going to become super beyond ultra rare as time goes by and people get deeper into collecting Kenner Mask. It is one of those things. I have my collection. I don't need to worry about it. I have secured what I need to secure. I believe me on that. But it's just going to get harder going forward unless they put some stuff out to kind of ease the market, and they won't do it. Let me know what you think in the comments. So like, subscribe, never hang her out.